What is up? Okay, so I decided this is where I'm going to shoot the videos at, this angle, and we're going to go straight in, dive straight in. Tomorrow, Conte is going to give his first press conference. This is what I want to see him cover. These kind of subjects. Okay, first of all, what's he going to do with the youth players? Okay, I definitely want to see this being asked by the media, because I mean, the first question you'd ask a Chelsea manager is probably that right after, Chelsea had a horrible season. What are you going to do? But let's hope for good things. I have faith in Conte for sure, because you look at what he did with the Juve players, with the youngsters and everything. I have faith he can definitely use a lot of the players at the club. Christensen, I think, would be a good one to start next season, but I don't know if that he has control over that. Who else? I'm trying to think. Oh, RLC. Yeah, Ruben should be starting. Yeah, he should be starting more games than last season. Obviously, if we're getting Conte, stuff like that, it's going to be more competition. But they were going to play a 3 midfielder formation apparently. Also, one more thing I heard. This I didn't cover in my Room Real video because this just came out today. Felipe Anderson is linked. I'm happy with that. I think, I haven't seen him in real life, but he's very fast. I read somewhere, like last year or something, that he's one of the fastest players in the world. Fastest, footballers in the world, which is crazy, right? He's very creative. He's got an amazing shot on him. We definitely need someone like that. I mean, that's the biggest thing I liked about Nangolan, because like you could get an Nangolan type of player, someone like any box to box midfielder you're thinking of, but like no one has that like kind of a shot, and that's what we lacked. I definitely say, like, after Lampard left, that's the main position that's been a giant vacuum. Like, we don't score goals other than with strikers, right? That's probably, I'd say, why. And we concede actually way too many long shots, and we don't score enough, right? So this is great. He has that. He can play striker, from what I've heard, which is good. Obviously, I've seen the best of him on FIFA. He is hands down my favorite player on FIFA. That's not a lie. That he is my favorite player on FIFA 16. No joke. Like, I did a Lazio career mode purely based on, they have good players to like do a career mode with, but purely because of him, I did a career mode. He was the mastermind of the team. He on my Serie A squad on Ultimate Team. I always even playing with 90 fitness. Even though I'm a fitness, I'm very careful with fitness because fitness is important on FIFA. But the second question would be not just what are you going to change, because obviously there needs to be change after we finish 10th, but what new things that Chelsea has never, right? Because like I don't even know if he's watched Chelsea the last couple of seasons, right? Or just throughout our history, right? What history? He's never. I've seen like quotes of him saying like he never plays on the counter. That's a lie. I mean, we saw in the breakaways that Pele and Eder and those guys in the Euros. That's a lie, right? But he's very attacking minded, but still he has like quite strong defense with both Italy had and Juve. And someone like that, who's attacking minded, you'd expect if they have a strong defense to have like a high line. No, this team's play deep. Like, they defend deep and they attack. They attack with men forward, right? So, and this is the main important thing with his wing back philosophy. 5 defenders, 4 attackers at least, right? Because those wing backs are going to bomb forward. You're going to have 2 strikers in the front. You're gonna have a CDM, two center mids. One of them is gonna go forward a little bit more, and that's gonna be amazing. Chelsea's never had wing backs, right? I don't think, at least, other than when we played with five wing backs, or five at the back against Bayern, right? But that doesn't really count because those there's no formation in parking the bus. It's just men at the back, right? I mean, Bertrand at Ryan Bertrand at left wing. That was a really good that was a really good wing back there. No, but yeah. What else? I'm trying to think of changes. Two strikers. We haven't played that since like Anelka and Drogba. Even going back like Hasselbank, the right. So yeah, it's been a while. So that's, I mean, if we're gonna play attacking, yeah, I'm definitely happy with that. So, Batshuayi, Diego, and possibly Anderson, right, at striker. That'd be nice. A quick, creative, good on his feet kind of striker, definitely good. To balance with just like two target men that we have at the club. Without going off topic too much, I think he will help definitely Chelsea and he will fit into the two striker formation. I honestly never knew he could play at striker, which is pretty cool. So next question I'd ask Conte is, okay, so who has, like, you're gonna have to be a ballsy reporter to ask this question, but who's gonna have the power over transfers? I don't want to know this. I definitely want to know this. I want him to cover this. I want him to cover just like his assertiveness, his power when it comes to decision making, everything like that. I want him to have more power. This guy he knows what he's doing. I mean, Juve's board, he gave him all the power after the first season, right? And I don't expect, obviously, our board's very stupid with these kinds of things. So first of all, I don't even expect that to happen first season. Hell no, right? But if he does really well next two seasons, hopefully he stays the next two seasons, right? I don't see why not. Just not even just that, offering players contract, dealing with players in general, right? Like players moaning, right? Just you're gonna have to have the power. The club can't be like, oh no, you have to play him, right? He's gonna sell shirts or whatever. Get him out, right? Someone like, okay, Oscar wants to play. He's just shit, right? Someone like, let's say, Mikel, who's been amazing, but he's starting to moan because he's not getting enough games. Get him out. I don't want any players like that at the club. Okay, he's good, like for the thing he does, but of course he's Lord Mikel. He's the black, or Zidane's the white. Zidane's the white Mikel, just like Messi's the white Zuma. Jeez. Okay, I need these guys to not just like, they need to understand that there's a strong character at the club, not like a big ego or anything. He's a leader of men. This guy, you have to listen to this guy. He knows what he's doing. Of course, I mean, look at that shit team he got to the quarterfinal. Not every manager can do that. Not every manager can get Juve from their whole thing with match fixing, where they got relegated a couple of years later. Mourinho leaves the league, and he comes in, wins 3 straight league titles, and one unbeaten, won 102 points. Yeah, that's not a great league, but that's very impressive. I want Chelsea players to respect this guy. I want him to talk about how he's not just a workaholic. We all know that, right? So that's not going to be a question to ask. But yeah, I mean, that's a huge plus for having Conte at the club. But actually listening to the manager, actually not being like De Bruyne, right? I was a big fan of the guy when he was here. He was the club, right? I thought he would fit the Mourinho system perfectly. He was pretty hardworking in the Bundesliga, and then he moaned and bitched and stopped playing well. So yeah, he needs to leave. He needs to leave. I don't necessarily regret selling him because he was an idiot, right? Even if he's at City now, these things happen. In my mind right now, I want to know what he's going to do with those guys, the youth, the non hardworking players, the players who don't give a shit. and how he's gonna, transform the club from what we're used to, right? And I'm very open to change when it comes to this because I mean, the same thing we've had with Mourinho, right? Last season that didn't work, right? Parking the bus, whatever. Like I don't even know what that was last season, right? Just forget about it, right? So a very similar thing that we've had the last couple of years doesn't work, right? When you have new managers coming in, someone like Carlo back in the day, more of an attacking kind of game, and now him coming in, still more attacking, but completely different system. I mean, this guy played under Carlo as well, so just as a player, you got to remember that. And Carlo absolutely, respects him. He thinks he's a great manager. City got Pep, Tiki Taka doesn't belong in the Premier League, to be honest with you. And I mean, the only reason Barca are successful now is because of MSN. It's not because of Tiki Taka, because everyone can now break down Tiki Taka and parking the bus. Okay, those are two things that have been figured out, especially by Premier League players. Are you serious? Like Premier League defenses can absolutely spot that a mile away. They can defend like West Ham. West Ham is like the team that neither Barcelona nor Chelsea wants to face, right? But now, hopefully, I can totally see, like a two-striker formation, we could easily break down teams like West Ham, right? And I'm talking about West Ham, the former West Ham. The current West Ham's kicking ass. City is going to do well because they have players. United is going to do well, very well, because they have, again, players. But like the system, the tactics, we're gonna over and like people are gonna be like, "Are you serious? It's Mourinho you're talking about. It's Pep you're talking about." I don't care. And the only reason Bayern have been doing well under Pep is because he's transformed from the normal tiki taka to a different kind of tiki taka, which is like more high pressure, more intensity, stuff like that. And you're gonna tire teams with that, not just the passing, right? And that's why they're doing so well. I have faith. I don't think we're gonna win the league this next season, but it's United's to lose. I do have faith. I think we can at least come third. Like there's no way we're finishing lower than third. I would not accept fifth at all. We need to make Champions League. We need to. Like I'm expecting second. Like that's where we should be aiming to get, right? Right, and then if we can get first, awesome. If we can't, which I don't think we will, there's definitely a chance though. I mean, there's definitely a chance, just because United have amazing players. But remember Di Maria? I rate Di Maria very highly. I rated him very highly at Real. I still rate him at PSG. The players have to fit the system. They have to gel. It's the main problem that players, when they come to the Prem, they just don't fit. They don't fit the physicality. They can't cope with it. But they do finally have an amazing manager, world-class manager. And it's scarier now because they're both signing amazing players for amazing prices, and they have an amazing manager. But then again, like Chelsea fans channel, Rory touched on this, and he said that he thinks, and I totally agree with him on this too. Like I was thinking this when he got announced, before he got announced, too. Right? He just doesn't talk the same way. He's not enthusiastic as much. He's not as confident when he's speaking, and he's just changed. He's not the same man. I'm sure finishing 10th, or he was 14th when he got sacked. Right? We were 14th when he got sacked. That's gotta work. That's gotta hurt. It's gotta hurt. I'm not gonna say I wish him the best, because of course I don't. It's like saying like Mkhitaryan plays for Armenia, but I don't give a shit. Like I'm not gonna wish him the best, right? I mean, maybe I can. I mean, United could, even with Mourinho, they could leak goals, right? Especially if they sell De Gea, right? So Mkhitaryan could have an amazing season, and United could still be, finish third or something. No, I'm just being extremely optimistic. They're favorites for me, and just now I'm just gonna finish the video because I've been dragging on for how long? This is crazy. I don't even have a verified YouTube account, so I can't make this. I'm gonna have to edit. Can't make this 15 minutes. Jesus. Okay, so go talk in the comments. I want to hear your ideas. I want to hear your opinions. What question would you ask Conte, and just next season in general? What are your thoughts? Everything. I want to hear it. See ya.